I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. So what is that then?
It's a Japanese, yeah. It's called a Haranuzumi. It's supposed to look like a 16mm camera.
Don't worry. If he starts to have convulsions, our job is to get his ass out of the restaurant as soon as possible. No, the front. It's quicker. We're dumping you in the meaty, okay? All right. Well, welcome to Tommy's. Thanks for coming.
Salud.
About to do the full shot of the habanero, 2 ounces of our habanero infused tequila, so that he can get his free membership in Tommy's Blue Agave Club, the largest paid tequila tasting club in the world. Welcome to everybody out there in Seattle and everyone else watching. Thanks for coming. Good luck.
Salud.
Remember, if I was your physician or your attorney, I would advise you not to do this. Thank God I got that on tape. And then if you have any physical heart problems, ulcers, I wouldn't do that either. Thanks for reminding me.
It does smell pretty fucking spicy.
I took a taste.
Alright, so we're going to do a little demonstration about tequila.
Nice.
Very much. As you may or may not know, you distill tequila from a plant called an agave. In fact, even though there's at least 220 plus different varieties of agave that grow in Mexico, we're legally allowed to use only one kind of agave to make tequila from, and that's agave tequilana Weber blue variety. Now, I'm sure you've seen other distillates made out of agaves, made in Mexico, that are indeed regulated, right? And here's our little map of Mexico. The most common one having a larva at the bottom of the bottle, well, that stuff's called mezcal. And actually the mezcal is its own denomination of origin spirit, now with its own rules and regulations set forth by Comarcal. But we're here to talk about tequila. So, agave tequilana Weber blue variety has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with a cactus. It's a member of its own family of plants called Agavacea. The plant itself takes anywhere from 7 to say 12 years to grow, and when you harvest, we're going to kill the plant, and we will do so by hacking away the fronds or the leaves or the pencas and exposing the part of the plant known as the piña or pineapple. Now this is the part of the plant, your 15 minutes starts when you finish it. Part of the plant known as the piña or pineapple, and this is full of natural starches. We can find a way to convert these starches to sugars. We can start to make some ethyl alcohol, right? So luckily for us, all we have to do is cut this in half and either cook it in a traditional stone oven or cook it in a little more modern autoclave or pressure cooker. Now there's also another way to convert the starches to sugars, but that's for another lesson.
So is that baking it or steaming it?
Steaming it or cooking it. Now once we're done, while you're cooking it, technically the industry wants you to just think of hydrolyzing the starches, so whatever way you do that, it's totally legal. Once you do that, we need to crush and macerate our cooked agave so we can extract our fermentable sugar source. And in the traditional method, it's done in a taona. You have a stone volcanic wheel like a giant olive oil press. Dump the cooked agave in the center of this pit, go round, round, and round, gather the fibrous juicy material, and then take that to fermentation tanks. Or with roller mills, right, which are a series of gears that really crush and macerate fully the agave fiber. You're injecting water into it as you do to wash off all your aguamiel or honey water off the fiber, right? Either way, the resulting liquid or fiber, and with fiber, rather, is taken in your fermentation where you adjust the bricks and then introduce yeast, so that the yeast can metabolize the sugars into CO2 and a little bit of heat, and then what we need, ethyl alcohol. Right? Once we're done with fermentation, we're left with an alcoholic product anywhere from maybe 4 to up to 8 or 9% by volume. Right? Essentially, if we had grain, we'd have a beer. Right? This is agave, so we have what's called in the trade mosto muerto. By law, tequila must be distilled twice. You can distill in anything you want, whether it's column still of any sort of material, or stainless steel pot still, or copper pot. Regardless, once you double distill it, you end up with a product that can be made 5 ways and in 2 classes. So there's 5 categories of tequila that come in 2 classes. First one is Joven Avocado. Technically the name is only Joven. I use the old name just because it connotes, I think, more information. As you know, when you distill anything, your distillate comes out crystal clear, looks like water. The only way we can get color onto a distilled spirit is to either add color or to wood age something. In this category, it's basically young tequila with some caramel. Adding caramel to tequila is legal with tequila, it's legal with cognac, it's legal with armagnac, it's legal with scotch. We have this for display. Same bottle we've had for almost 18 or 19 years. Now,
God bless you.
to us, tequila really starts here. And even though the industry might frown upon me saying that, because the majority of the category and production is this, we say otherwise. So blancos, silvers, or platas can technically be aged up to 59 days, but overwhelmingly so are unaged. And if the distillery sources agave from its area, we can discern style, making this category the most important category of tequila to learn about if you're interested in learning about terroir and differences in agave.
You said up to 60 days?
Up to 59 days. Now, if we take Blanco and age it 60 days or 2 months up to 1 year in any size oak container, we'll get the most popular category of tequila in Mexico, which is called reposado. Now, if we take Blanco again, and this time age 1 to 3 years in barrels no larger than 600 meters in size, we'll get añejo. And finally, if we take Blanco again and age for a minimum of 3 years in barrels no larger than 600 meters in size, we will get extra añejo.
Persian limes for Veracruz.
So, those are the 5 categories of tequila, but they can be made in 2 classes. And
So what's your favorite tequila?
those 2 classes are as follows. Cuervo Gold represents the best example in the world of not only a joven tequila, but of a regular tequila or mixto tequila. Now the term mixto does not exist in the vernacular for the production of tequila, though the entire industry uses it. Now that regular tequila is defined as a minimum of 51% of the alcohol in your bottle of tequila coming from the fermented sugars of agave tequilana flavor blue variety, either 49% coming from any other sugar source except another agave sugar source. In Mexico, most generally, sugar cane is most commonly used, but nowadays people are even using corn syrup and sweeteners that are even cheaper. Now, the kind of tequila we sell at Tommy's is the best tequila, and that's not debated, that's not disputed. It's 100% agave. It's tequila that was made the way the spirit was originally made, right? No other sugar source. Now, we talked about denomination of origin earlier, and Mexico, and rather tequila is indeed a denomination of origin spirit that comes from Mexico. Now, the denomination of origin region for tequila, it encompasses parts of 5 Mexican states. So you can legally make tequila in certain counties in the Mexican state of Tamaulipas, certain counties in the Mexican state of Nayarit, certain counties in the Mexican state of Michoacan, certain counties in the Mexican state of Guanajuato, and most importantly, the entire Mexican state of Jalisco. And in fact, over 95 or 96% of all tequila is coming from Jalisco. Now, like all denomination of origin products, there are regulatory agencies in place to make sure that people who choose to make these products follow the rules for the production of these products. Tequila is no different. And the Mexican equivalent of France's DAOC or Italy's DOCG is CRT. And CRT says if you'd like to make tequila, God bless you. Your facility has to be in the denomination of origin, and your raw material has to come from the denomination of origin. And after that, they'll let you make tequila, like we said, 51% agave or 100% agave. And what we do, we encourage you to visit our competitors. Right? Thank you very much for coming. Hope you've learned something. Pleasure.
Thank you. What does CRT actually stand for?
Consejo Regulador del Tequila, the Regulatory Tequila Council.
And